miniatures. Scary demons to haunt your dreams. There's a cave troll and a snaky head guy and a lady with a book and a big demon guy. And some little scary things. Find that miniatures. That's my song, and I'm sticking to it. So it's still August. You still got time to get into Void Realm miniatures. This shit's weird. Let's just call a spade a spade. It's really weird, and you're not gonna really see anything else like it. It's really more like I don't know, a crazy nightmare Call of Cthulhu-esque something something something. I don't think you're gonna find a lot of D&D, enemy stat blocks ready-made for your people to encounter with this. But if all you want to do is just paint it, then there you go. Done. End of story. Is it worth it? It's $8, so that's great. It's not that much. It's kind of a pain in the ass. There's some things that are a pain in the ass. It's a toss-up. It's a toss-up on whether it's worth it. But how much does it take to print all this stuff? It's like a third of a liter. There's not much, it's to get the complete package. That's fine. The supports are great. They do a fantastic job with the supports. Although one of this big dude's wings, I had to print 3 times. I don't know why. I personally hate adding supports from nothing, although I don't feel so bad about just eyeballing something and being like, yeah, that could need a little more, because it's like building a structure. It's like building scaffolding. You need like a tripod shape. Some of these have just like, you're never going to be too hurt for just adding some, and I needed to do that with one of these wings. Other than that, everything came out really easy. It peels off really easy, and it really goes a long way into making the whole experience more pleasant. So, how easy is it to assemble it all? Ugh, fuck. It's like putting together a fucking puzzle. It's like putting together... This is what happens. You know how when you print stuff, you gotta Tetris it on your print bed. Then you just you break it off, you get it, you clean it, you ready it, you cure it, and then you're just left with a bunch of fucking pieces that are all the same color, that all look like just drippings from a child's nightmare. It's really hard. This dude has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 8 arms that all look alike. This guy's got arms. This has different head things. It's actually just kind of frustrating. So then you got to go and you got to like pull up the image of the thing and like, wait, what is this? This arm has this thing, because there's only like a couple images of each thing. It's kind of difficult. Not difficult. It's something I wasn't anticipating, that's what it is. I got to stop saying quite frankly. So there's that. But they fit together really nicely. They really do. When you do find the right arm that goes with the right socket, because they do all have those keys, those locking keys, that's great. Sort of segues into, is this shit gonna break on you? Maybe. Like this little lady, she's got her little book. Her arms are so small. If you're very delicate, and because her arms are so small, the little connections, because all the arms are separate pieces, they're connected in a very delicate way. Just because I'm staring at these things, they come with these 2 other little people. I wish they had bases. I don't know why they don't. They're freestanding. They're just these little tiny things. They fall over a lot. They should just have a base if you're going to, put them to use, unless just give them a base. Other than that, it all seems pretty solid. There are a lot of these. This guy has a bunch of spears sticking out of him. They're probably going to break at some point. The wings feel pretty solid. They're locked in. There's enough surface area that you can glue it together. Cave Troll feels pretty good. This is all just one piece, so that's nice. Tends to fall over, though. And these things, probably not going to break. The heads are attached. It's like a ball joint. You can switch them out, which is pretty cool. So you could also then just, use your mirroring function, switch them up, give yourself a lot of them if you wanted to. Can you use them in a game of Hero Quest? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe is the answer to that. I don't know. If you've got... they're too big. They're too kind of big. Unless it's like a giant mental fuck you at the very end, and instead of a gargoyle, you've got like a giant nightmare demon, or a different nightmare demon, or a different nightmare demon that takes up the whole room, and there's like, oh, there's a treasure chest at the end. Then they can just go around and it does shit. Maybe that could be pretty great. You know, I mean, it takes up sort of 3. It's like a 3x2, so it sort of takes up 6. That could be awesome as like a very final end thing, but it's big. They're big. The big giant Valkyrios thing, you know, even in your biggest room, I don't know. Maybe it's a giant. I mean, it's bigger than the biggest room. So, in terms of size, they're big. Maybe you could get by with this crazy oracle lady. That could be kind of cool. She even has like a little book she's reading to. You know, size-wise, she kind of fits. She fits all right. She's actually a little taller. Yeah, there's her feet. She's a little taller, but that's okay. So the answer is maybe, as like definitely a special one-off encounter thing. Maybe you could use them in Hero Quest, or you could use them in other. They're not too far gone, but none of them have any, easily identifiable. I'll say identifiable bases. You know, oh, this one's kind of a 1x2. This is kind of a 2x3. This one is, it fits into a 3x3 fairly easily. This is it's a 2x4, kind of 2x5. They're big. They're big. That's a 2x2. So you can sort of make them work within an easy game structure if you're using 1-inch squares. So is it worth it? Yeah. I mean, especially, you know what? This one alone, this Valkyrios big guy, if you're not going to be playing with him and you just want to stick that dude on a shelf, yeah, he's gonna look pretty good. It could be, I mean, if he was gonna be living on a shelf, you might even want him to be bigger. You could probably size it up, but you're not gonna see anything else out there like that. So if you're a DM and you want to really surprise your players, this is a good option. This is a really good option if they're traveling through the abyss or something like that. Yeah, it's good stuff.